All right, today in class we are working on powers of 10. I have some lovely ladies and gentlemen that are going to help me today. This teeny tiny little 4, what is this?
Exponent.
What about this large 10 right here?
Base 10.
No, base number.
Base number. So that base number is the number that repeats whatever amount of times that our exponent says. So in this case, 10 would repeat 4 times. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. What is 10 to the first power?
10.
What's 10 to the second power?
100.
Because it's the same thing as 10 times 10. What's 10 to the third power?
1,000.
What about 10 to the sixth power?
1 million. 1 mil.
So we learned in class a quick little shortcut for these powers of 10. Whatever our exponent is, that is how many zeros you're going to see in that number. All right, so we're working with whole numbers and decimals, but sometimes we don't see a decimal. So when the decimal's not in sight, it's on the...
Right.
So for instance, when we see a number like 4, and if we have to move our decimal, if it's not in sight, it's actually right here. We just can't really see it. It's invisible. All right, when we are multiplying by a power of 10, we're going to move our decimal to the right. When we divide by a power of 10, we're going to move our decimal to the left. All right, so now we're going to do some examples. And hopefully this time I won't mess up like I did in the last video that we had to delete and start again. All right, so we've got 1 4/10, and we're going to multiply it by 10 to the second power. So when we multiply, we move to the right 2 times. Our exponent tells us how many times. So I'm going to go over 1, 2 to the right. So our decimal is no longer right here. It's all the way over here. So I have to fill in a number here. I'm going to fill in with a 0 placeholder. So now I have 140. So this is the same thing as saying 1 4/10 times 100. So it's now 140. 62 3/10 divided by, so I'm moving my decimal to the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times to the left, so it's not here anymore. And we have to fill in with a 0 placeholder. And a lot of my kids, and me too, we like to put a 0 in our 1s placeholder. It just looks a little bit more polished. Next we have 29, but oh no, decimal's not in sight, so it's on the right. I'm dividing, so I'm moving my decimal to the left 2 times. So here we go. 1, 2. It's going to go right here, so it's not here anymore. So we have 29 hundredths. The next one's kind of long. I'm dividing, so I'm moving my decimal to the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's going to go right here, so my decimal is not here anymore. Now we have 7,014 hundredths. We're multiplying, so we're moving our decimal to the right 2 times. So I'm going to go over 1, 2. It's going to be right there. So I'm going to keep all my digits as they are. I'm just moving my decimal point. So I could put a decimal point over here. I don't have to, but I am going to come in here and put some commas. All right, my last one of these, 99 hundredths times, so I'm going to go to the right. My exponent is 3, so 1, 2, 3. It's going to be right there. I need to put in a 0. So my answer is 990. Now for these next 3, they're not really difficult, but we're finding that missing power of 10. My decimal's not in sight, so over here it's on the right. So I'm going to come over here and place that decimal point because I'm saying 3 hundredths, I'm turning it into 3. So I need to find out how many place values did my decimal have to move. So let's look and see. 1, 2 times. So that would be 10 to the second power. Now for this one, my decimal is in between my 4 and my 9. So my decimal moved 1 place value. So 10 to the first power. Now over here, my decimal point is right before the 4. So let's see how many times my decimal had to move. 1, 2, 3 times. So 10 to the third power. I hope that helped.